All right, y'all, good morning. Let me show you what we're looking at. Let me pull this off here. So I got the live scope down. Oh, is it gonna flicker? And you can see that's all shad down there that we're gonna try to nut up. It's kind of neat. I kind of like having that. It's been proven to be instrumental when it comes to catching bait. So this cove back here it's absolutely loaded with shad. The only problem is that they're so fast because the water's so warm now. They're fast. So like I got to use a tape net because they're 17 foot down. And so I'll throw on top of probably 30 or 40 shad, but I'll get 4 or 5 in the process. So we got to obviously keep throwing the net. But those are the bigger gizzards down there that I want. And then we're gonna go north on the river today, fish some of them spots. Plus it'll carry me up to some of them places where potentially there's white bass and skipjack hanging out at. Because if there is, because the other goal today is to catch fish, but I want to try to catch bait for tomorrow also. So that's kind of the deal. So I brought my cooler with let me make sure. Yeah, so I brought my cooler with ice in it, so if we do happen to come across quite a few, man, those are the big gizzards there, y'all. I'm just trying to find there's a school of them. Yeah, like I threw right on top of the school. We'll just see how many of them I get, because I can watch that net fall on top of them. God, those are some big ones. Oh, they're swimming under the net. I got a pretty good handful of them, it looks like. Well, that's cool. But see, this water back here is getting pretty clean. I just can't believe, because I have fished and fished and fished trying to get like bluegill and stuff. I just can't seem to find them. And I don't know why, because bluegills are everywhere. Oh yeah, I got a pretty good net full there. I got more of the smaller ones. I definitely did that, but there's still pieces of bait. Got some little thread fins mixed in them. Yeah, I didn't get many of the big ones like I was hoping. That's all right. Okay, get loaded back up here, because this channel runs all the way back. All right, there's some more. Those look like thread fins up top, but they could be. But yeah, like I said, all them shad, they're pushing shallow. And coming back here to these creeks, these bays and whatnot, so they're pretty easy pickings. Like I said, outside of the fact they're just they're just a lot faster now. Yeah. So they can definitely see that net coming with this cleaner water back here. That's why you got to try to get them. I try to get out here first light, so that way the sun's not penetrating the water. And then you can typically get them a little bit easier. Oh yeah. They're actually the perfect size for how I like fishing them. Because I like flaying down one side. And then cutting about halfway back. Just got to find that. A big group of them. There we go, we got some coming up. Swimming away from me. Oh, stay there. Oh, they're swimming away. It's just funny because you can actually watch them. They can see the net. They see it coming down. You can see them swimming out from underneath it. Well, I got quite a few. Well, I say quite a few, but I got a couple big ones in there. Missed a couple. Yep, see, like if this water temp was this water temp was still 40 degrees, I'd have caught every single one of them I just threw on. I mean, not a terrible hole. That was a fairly good net. But the fact that they're all gizzards, that's the best part, instead of messing around with a bunch of little thread fins and stuff like that. All right. Reset the net. Because I think the ones that are higher up in the water column, I think those are thread fins. Now, that's a school of big ones there. Where are you going? Where you at? Where'd you go? There's a bass, an old bass. There we go. Oop. Oh yeah. Quite a few of them there. Hope I get some of them. Oh yeah, I did pretty good on that one. I tell you what, this live scope, not having it, I've never had it before. And chasing bait like this, I'd have been, out here just blind throwing. Chances are I would have picked the channel anyway. But, oh yeah, I got me a good one in that one. But chances are I'd have picked this little channel anyway to throw in. And I would have seen them on side scan too. Yeah, look at the size of that dude. That's a good one there. But it just, all the years of just blind throwing, hoping to get lucky. Is there anything up here in 14, 15 foot? You gotta be careful throwing this shallow, 'cause Yeah, because I could already see the structure on the bottom. Let me get away from that. Big tree is what it is laying down there. Oh, there's a catfish chasing a shad. Sure enough. Get away from this tree. There's a big tree on the bottom. So like, you know, and even having this live scope, it's already saved this net like 3 times. Because where I would have typically thrown, because I seen, you know, the shad, there was a tree down there, or root water, whatever the case may be. Let's throw on them dudes. Probably get several of those, hopefully. They're just all swimming around. Hopefully I can catch some of them. Oh, there was a big one that just got out of the net. That's terrible. I got quite a few in this one. Oh yeah. Got more than I thought I did. Got another decent one. Yeah, I think that should be enough for today. I think it will be. But yeah, I'll show you. Show you what we got. So that's, yeah, I think we're good for bait today. So yeah, I'll get the net packed up. We'll head out to the first spot, and I'll see you when we get there. All right, y'all. Well, I just spent the last hour running around trying to catch some white bass and stuff. I caught 1 white bass and 1 skipjack in about an hour. So let's see, hang on a second. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna stay, well, I say fairly local, but anyway, I'm gonna do my milk run. I'm gonna see if that does anything different for us. So instead of going south like I was doing the last 3-4 trips, we're gonna go back this way. I'm gonna hit these creek mouths that are here on down. Plus I've got some good brush piles and stuff like that that I can hit further north. So I'm just gonna fish this side, because the other side was, you know, we did pretty good. We caught fish, but man, we gotta come across a good fish at some point. It seems like they actually turned up the current today. It also seems like they brought it down a little bit too, which that'll make it tough for finding these fish. But we're gonna give this a shot here. But like I said, let me show you that skipjack I caught though. It was a pretty good sized skipjack. Look at that dude. That's a good one. But I'm gonna try to save them for tomorrow's trip. Like I said, I may find some more along the way as we work our way down or work our way up north. But we got a good handful of spots I want to hit before we get there. These spots have been pretty good to us in the past. I don't know how they're going to do today. Based on the last handful of trips, probably not that great, but we'll get some baits out and try it anyway, see what happens. All right, so we made a move. We're gonna have to, I mean, we get to search around. I'm not 100% sure exactly where we're gonna end up, but I know we have got to come across something. I was thinking about what we'll do is we'll fish this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back into this bay here. And we're just gonna kind of search around, maybe go to the back of it, you know, see if we can't find something in shallow water. Well, just a couple bites here. Lee, we're gonna have to find them. I think I kind of got an idea where we got to go though. We're sitting at 40-something feet of water. We're gonna have to go. I think we're gonna have to go a little shallower. I want to go find some shallow structures. What I'm gonna go do. Now that this water's up, there's a lot more of the structure back down that way that may be underwater. So we're gonna go look at some of that. All right, y'all, found us another spot. It is absolutely loaded with structure, and so I think I found the depth we need to be in, because there's a lot of activity up here. So we need to be in that like 20 to 30 foot range is where it seems to be, because backward, the last two spots we fished, we were 40 plus feet of water and absolutely nothing. So I come up here, where we got a point in front of us, and it is just absolutely loaded with different types of structure down through here. Another one of them playing with fire spots, because from what I see on the graph moving, I mean, we got a lot of fish moving. I don't know if they're catfish or if they're all catfish, but yeah, we're playing with fire. There's some standing stuff at the bottom. There's some big piles of stuff on the bottom. So it's like right now we got some, yeah, we gotta get some baits out there. It looks too good, you know, but again, it's one of them playing with fire spots for sure. We got our first customer. We do. Heck yeah. We've been out there a minute. I mean, he's not a big one, but hopefully once we get him in the boat, he'll be the skunk buster. I don't think this rod's been out a minute. He's an itty bitty one, but I'll take him for a skunk buster. Yeah, I'll take him for sure. Come on up here, buddy. Man, am I glad to see you. Come on in here. Yeah, am I glad to see you. I didn't think I was ever going to catch a fish today. Heck yeah, appreciate that, buddy. Little bitty dude. Thank you. Get the skunk out of the boat. Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this bait. I'm going to toss it right back out there. That little bitty fish tried to eat that big head. You got it this time? Yeah, I think he's got it this time. Little bitty thing. Ah, these fish are even smaller. What we was catching last trip. Golly. Yeah, we're gonna have to go somewhere else for sure. I ain't gonna sit here and get bit by these all day. Man, I appreciate you biting, buddy. I mean, you're doing your best. I got it. Little bitty dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to move. Find us something else. All right, y'all, just a little update. We drug that water for a long ways, and we only had 4 bites. Had 2 of them that absolutely smacked it, but didn't get hooked up, like to where they hit the planer board and knocked it free. So, but we drug a lot of water. I bet we drug almost, if not right at a mile of water. And that was it. So we come back out here because I don't know what these fish are doing. You know, the problem with this water being this high, like it's 10 foot above summer pool, 10 to 11 foot above summer pool right now, right around there, 9 to 11 foot. And I've been getting a lot of those. So anyway, so that means they could go anywhere. They could be anywhere right now. Back in the very back of that creek, I seen water temp 60, almost 67 degrees. So out here, we're back at 62 degrees. Of course, the sun and stuff's warmed it up a little bit since this morning. But that's it. And I don't even know if they were catfish. The way they hit it, they could have been gar. You know, it could have been a number of things back there. But so I come out here. I did a lot more scanning. I scanned this strip. You know, this spot here. I got a brush pile behind me, so that's what I'm fishing. And but I scanned a lot more of what we've already been catching today. You know, a lot more smaller fish. So I don't know. That's the only thing I keep. I just, it's kind of weird how, you know, you can kind of sort of start putting a pattern together, and overnight it changes. Now the one thing we're just coming off a full moon, so it's been pretty bright at night. I don't know if that makes a difference. It really hasn't played a huge deal that I've noticed before. It does play a small role, but not like this. So, and especially since we're on the back side of it, that's the part that I'm having troubles with. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's bait. I don't know if it's the fact that we still got all this high water to where, like I said, the fish could be practically anywhere. I mean, they could be right up there because it's flooded right up to there. So yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, again, it's not going to keep us from fishing. But man, I have covered a lot of water today to only have 2 little fish in the boat. And of course, this wind's picking up pretty good too, which is not terrible. It's out of the south, but it's just annoying sometimes because it blows this boat around quite a bit. Because you got gusts that's coming from the south, and then it comes from the west, and then it comes from the southwest. So not much you can do about that, except for just ride it out, leave a little extra slack out. But we'll give this spot a shot, see what happens. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, he was peeling drag there for the minute in the beginning. Yeah, he was peeling drag there for a second. I like it when they hit like that. Just thump it, then slowly swim off with it, and start peeling drag. I like that. Need to carry him over here. Where am I getting blood from? My thumb opened back up? I bet it did. Yeah, I like that. Oh, get out from this boat, buddy. Yeah, I got a cut on my thumb. I guess it opened back up. That's terrible. God, he ain't that big, but boy, he sure is spunky. What is up, buddy? God, am I glad to see you. Oh, my poor thumb. Come here. Am I glad to see you, man? You're not quite net worthy, but you're bigger. Oh yeah. Heck yeah, buddy. What are you doing? Man, look at this. The colors on this dude. I know he's not a monster, but man, I am so glad to have him. Oh, buddy, you don't know. I mean, look at how dark this fish is. This fish has been up. Oh, yeah. This fish has been up. I mean, just let me just get a closer look at him. I mean, look at them fins and stuff. Look at how dark he is. That fish has been up shallow and come back out. Heck yeah, buddy. That's 25 pounder for sure. All right, had to do a battery swap. I forgot to swap it out in time, but yeah, this fish, yeah, he's 20. He's 20 for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, I am so glad to see this fish. Boy, we had struggled all day today. It's a big male is what he is. Heck yeah, buddy. Man, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, thank you, buddy. Oh look, he's got a little split whisker right down there. Sure does. Yep, I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Thank you, buddy. Oh, y'all. God, dog. Man. We had rode the struggle bus all day today. Again, I know he's not a monster, but at this point, I don't really care. Because that, well, that's actually so far, that's the biggest fish I've put in this boat so far. Whew. Okay, well, let me, I guess, cut into the piece, get it out there. Yeah, he's got it. Okay. It's just that one little spot. It's like they're right at the top of the ledge where it comes up to the, well, where the bank would have been. That's where these two rods are. I mean, he is not a monster by no means. But it's another fish. And I definitely appreciate that after riding the dang struggle bus most of the day. Yeah, after riding the struggle bus most of the day, I will take every one of them I can get. Little dude. I appreciate that little thing. So I mean, a lot of them, like especially the ones we're catching, they are just covered in mud. I wonder if they're just pushed down to the bottom. I mean, that'll make them tough to catch anyway. I appreciate it, little buddy. Thank you. Yeah. Well, all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. Yeah, it was definitely not a spectacular day, but like I said sometime back, you know, I wanna show you guys the good days and the bad, well, most of the bad days, because there's been some pretty terrible days that shouldn't be anywhere, not even in my memory. So, but it wasn't a fire day by no means. I don't know where this bite went. Kind of hit on something here though. That was kind of neat. Caught a couple fish. Had some good bites. I mean, had some really good takedowns, but outside of dragging shallow forever, like I said, we only had I think we had 4 bites back there, and that was it. But again, I don't know what they were. They could have very well been gar back there that grabbed a hold of the bait and shot off like that, because they do that. But you know, I mean, it's just one of them days. I just want this water to come back down. That's all I want it to do. Once the water comes back down, it'll make more sense. Right now, it's kind of like fishing a lake with a channel in it, because there's just so much water that these fish could be in. Because they always say, what, 90% of the water is always in, or 90% of the fish are always in 10% of the water. Well, the problem is when that 10% of water gets a lot bigger, it's kind of hard, or that 90% of the water gets a lot bigger. So yeah, it's one of them deals, but it's all right. It was still fun. I mean, any day on the water, I have a lot of fun on the water. Just trying to physically and mentally break this stuff down and figure out what we can do different, what we can. I think a lot of it, to be honest with you, I think most of it at this particular point, I think is going to be bait, because I'm having to rely on shad, because skipjack and what I want to be using right now, it has been tough to catch. Like I hit off camera, I hit quite a few spots today, just trying to find some white bass or skipjack or bluegill for that matter. I know they're somewhere. I thought they'd be back there in that creek, because once we stopped dragging, I fished around. Oh man, guess he didn't take it. But I fished around quite a bit of stuff that I thought bluegills would be in with that water temp, and nothing, not even a nibble. So, but it is what it is. It's another day on the water, and same thing happens tomorrow, then I'll enjoy that day as well. So anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.